All right, we have our predictions. We're going to start with the AFC. So, do you just want to go through each division, or do you want to say your four predictions all at once? How would you like to do it?
We'll go through divisions. We'll do
All
it division
right,
by division. Yeah.
AFC West prediction. We got the Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. Who you got there, Pez?
The Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs. All right. Well, I'm going to take the Broncos. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dave pick.
It's the time. I do think that the Chiefs are a better team this year, and I think Mahomes is going to have another career year. But I'm going to take the Broncos. Got to have a change. All right, NFC or AFC North: Steelers, Bengals, Ravens, Browns. Who you got?
Ooh. As of now, I'm gonna say the Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Do you know
Listen,
what? I was tossing up between them two, but that Bengals defense is just
yeah,
is
I get it.
putrid.
I get it. If
Yeah.
if the Bengals can start better than 1-3 this year, those four
Yeah.
teams, those four teams are going to knock each other out. I mean, they just kill each other with the
Yeah.
physical play. You, this is one of the toughest divisions, to be honest. And I think the Browns could actually make some noise.
Oh yeah. I think you look at that team as a whole, and they always seem to have a decent defense every single year. It's not from memory. It's not absolutely like diabolical.
Right.
It's always been the quarterback, but I think Joe Flacco,
Oh,
um, Joe Flacco, I think will keep them in games enough before one of them rookies ends up getting forced into a position where they need to sink or swim. Really,
yeah. I was watching Mike Florio. They had Mary Kay Cabot on today. Mary Kay Cabot predicts that by week 8, week 9, after the bye, that Dylan Gabriel will come in and they'll give him 2 or 3 starts, and then they'll see Shadur Sanders. They're going to look and see what the two rookies can do so that if they're bad again, they have 2 firsts next year. If they're going to want to trade up for one of those big name quarterbacks that are coming out next year, there's 4 or 5 big names coming out next year. You get the Clemson quarterback, Arch, which says he's going to stay another year. Let's see. You got Nightmare. Uh,
um, who else have you got?
all right.
Oh,
So AFC South, which again, which team do you really want to put your money on in this division? No one. No one in this division looks like a division winner, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go out and say the Jags.
you stole my pick because I was I, I was going to say the Jags just because I like Liam Cohen. I think he can get Trevor Lawrence to play to where people thought he was always going to play to. Um, I, sneakily, I do like them because the thing with the Texans is they've loaded up more on offense, so Stroud's got more weapons to play with. The defense hasn't really changed, so that's still going to be stout. It's just that offensive line. So if you've gone the Jags and you stole my bastard pick, I'm going to go the Texans because even though the old line's a question, I still think there's more depth in weapons on the offense for Stroud to throw around to get him out of trouble to basically kind of negate the old line. Come the playoffs, we'll see
Right.
what the old line's like. But to win the division, I think the Texans just have enough over the other teams.
Well, they do have CJ Stroud. And by the way, if you pick my team, I'm still picking my team, bro. So go ahead. We can double up. I'm not afraid. But you mentioned Cohen, right? But you did not mention Bucky Irvin, which he has Tootin, he has ETN, he has Bigsby. Who knows what he can do with one of those running backs in that scheme of his, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. So the AFC East, which I think is probably the most predictable. Go ahead and make your choice, mate.
Patriots. No, it's going to beat the Bills.
I'm like, oh my God, what, really? Do it. Yeah, I love it.
But Johnny can clip it because if the Patriots do shock everyone, he can start blasting it out there and I look like a genius.
Well, I'm going with the Bills, and I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both going with the Bills.
Do you know what we haven't spoke about? And if we have time, we'll trace back the new rivalry jerseys that came out.
Okay, if we can talk about jerseys, we can do that.
But if we can find time somewhere, we'll talk about it.
So, as you know, there are 7 teams in the playoffs, and we have 4 division winners. So now we need to choose our 3 playoff teams. So what I'll do, I will do mine first, and then you can do 2 and 3. Okay? I'll do the first.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly write down who I picked so I don't get myself muddled up.
I got my
here.
So my first pick, the number 1 wild card team will be the Chiefs for me, of course. If I picked the Broncos, I think they're going to be a very tight division. One of those will be the division winner. One will be the wild card, I'm certain. So I'm going with the Chiefs. Who you got as your first wild card team?
Oh, we're doing it one for one. Right. I'll say the Broncos as my first, just because it's Sean Payton. They've only really strengthened.
The guy you hate. Last week you just said you hate him.
I despise him. I fucking hate the guy. In fantasy, I hate him. You can't trust anything the guy does.
Except for Alan Kamara, apparently, back in the day. And Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And Michael Thomas. Yeah, so I guess he did have a few good fantasy players on his team. But, if you want to ignore those, then maybe not. All right. So, you want to go with your second?
My second will be the New England Patriots.
I love it. Why not? I can see them being on the rise with Trayvon Henderson, Drake May, solid defense. I'm going to go with the Ravens because, I did the Bengals. So I do think it's either the Ravens or the Bengals out of that division. So I'm going to take the number 2 team and roll with it. At least I'll get, half right. One of them might miss it. All right. You want to do the third or you want me to do it?
You go for the third.
All right. Well, my third is a tough choice between the Chargers and the Steelers. But I am biased. My hatred for Aaron Rodgers outdoes my love for Mike Tomlin. And I'm going to choose the Chargers.
I don't like that pick. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
All right.
They seem to be too close to the season. Seem to be stacking up these little niggly injuries in the wide receiver position and other places, and they lost their left tackle.
Yeah, Slater, I think, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, everyone gets all excited over him every single year, and they always end up fizzling out. But in the grand scheme, they do seem to make the playoffs.
Jim Harbaugh, man. How many years has he missed the playoffs?
Yeah, but he's a dirty 49er, and he's a fucking...
See, you're biased.
That guy.
Right. You're biased coming into
guy.
Yeah.
My third team, it's the Jags or the Bengals. The Jags or the Bengals?
All right, yeah, that's a tough choice. You got a defense that sucks versus Cohen and Lawrence, and you don't know, right?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fucking do it to myself. I'm going to go the Bengals.
The Bengals. All right, yeah, that's a safe pick, right?
I
So
was going to say the Jets as a wild, wild card because if
Justin
Justin
Fields,
Fields can just get the connection with Garrett Wilson, that's the only guy. Garrett Wilson, if he can connect with him consistently with a safety valve on the underneath, like the young tight end, that defense is good enough to keep them in games, scab some wins, and if they can get it rolling later in the year, you just don't fucking know.
So I know. Oh, Johnny is saying that you, Pez, have the exact same predictions.